Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to react to a story time. In this story time, we have a young lady who had to cut off a 15-year friendship because her friend got too lost in the red pill content. Now, I'm not a big fan of red pill rhetoric. I see some things you could take from it. I see other things where it might lead you down the wrong path. To me, you got to take these type of things with a grain of salt. I'm going to leave the link for her TikTok page in the description, and then I'm going to leave her username at the top. So you can follow her, you can follow the information. If I'm talking too much, you are more than welcome to go to her page and watch the video.
So today I had to cut off a 15-year friendship because my friend got addicted to red pill content. Story time. Okay, so I met this guy. We're going to call him BJ, right? So I met BJ in my early college years, and we both kind of kicked it off right away. At the time, we were both married, really young. We both were going through a divorce at the same time. We were just real cool. We kicked it off. And we just always maintain a tight bond. Mind you now, I'm going to say this. This is a friend. Once any man starts talking to me about another woman or about any relationship that they're dealing with or have dealt with, you instantly go in a friendship zone. Like, I don't know. It's just a rule of thumb because it's like, why come over here and you're focused on something else? You're going to stay in the friend zone and you're just never going to come out. I put my friend through everything.
It's like a part of me agree with her. Granted, I don't believe in that male and female friendship stuff, but y'all already crossed that line of scrimmage. So now, I don't think it's fair for you to throw him in the friend zone because he trusts you so much. You might have been blocking your blessings. To be honest with you, y'all might have been perfect for each other. A lot of times, and I hate to say this, a lot of times, ladies, y'all be putting your Prince Charming in the friend zone. The dude that knows you more than anybody else, you throw him in the friend zone. I feel as though he was venting to you about his ex-wife because he felt that comfortable with you. My question to you and to ladies out there, have you ever been in a relationship with a man who has been 100% just comfortable with you to where he can talk to you about anything? A lot of y'all think your man can talk to you about anything, but no.
Divorce, every engagement, when I got out the military and I moved out here to Atlanta, like this has been a big friend. It's been a big prominent chapter of my life. When I started my business, when he welcomed his children in the world and he traveled all over the world, like we have been there for big parts of each other's lives. Within the last couple of years, after the breakup of his last relationship, I noticed some things changed about him. He seemed a little withdrawn, and I was like, okay, he's probably just navigating the breakup, and trying to navigate like how he feels, because it takes men, a while to bounce back after a breakup. So I understood.
Facts.
Talked again a few months later, maybe about 5 or 6 months after his breakup, and I noticed that his tone changed. Now, mind you, I don't want to say he's a good guy because I really don't believe there's no such thing as a good guy, but he is a very decent man, a great father. He's been to therapy a few times. Like, he's very open-minded. He put a lot of work into himself. But after that breakup, I saw something change. I saw him start referring to women as females. And I just noticed that there was a bitterness in his tone, and he always talked about his ex. Like, he was really hooked on the fact that they had a kid together. He wanted things to work out, but she did not want to stay in a relationship, and she moved all the way back home with her parents and took the baby. Now, the reason why his baby mama, our ex-girlfriend, broke up with him is because he did not know how to properly court her, which is important. He did not know how to properly court her. Mind you, I think it's because, he got married really young, and every relationship he had after that was it started as a hookup, and then they kind of went into a relationship. So I don't really think that he learned how to court women. So what I'm thinking is, as he's trying to navigate that breakup, I think he started.
Did we mix two relationships? Are we still talking about his wife and his divorce, or are we talking about a new breakup? And I'm not trying to come to his defense, but I do want to know, if you dating somebody and you see that they're not properly courting you, was a conversation had? Was there communication? Because I'm going to be honest, ladies, sometimes y'all come like a jigsaw puzzle with no instructions, no clear instructions at all. And it'll be selfish of me to think that I should be treating you or I should be courting you like my last relationship. Y'all not the same person. Now, if you see me not doing something that you want me to do, communicate with me. If you see me talking to you in ways that you don't like how I'm talking to you, tell me about it. But don't just up and leave. And up and leaving over some courting is crazy.
Turning to red pill content on trying to understand how to get women, because he, was rejected and broken up over the fact that he could not court his baby mom properly. Forward over the 4 years, I kind of started talking to him less and less because the conversations was becoming draining. Every time we talk, he'd always talk about her, and the tone was very bitter. I just didn't see a progression. And mind you, this was over a span of 4 years. I offered a solution. I was like, hey, you might want to revisit counseling to try to move through this, and I didn't really want to tell him like, hey, the game has changed. Dating changes and evolves quickly, right? It's not the same.
Because of social media, because a lot of y'all young ladies get on that internet and y'all see how some of these females are living their life. And I said females, I apologize. I know you probably don't like that. But y'all see how these other people are living their lives, and now you want to bring that into your life. Imagine a young lady on the internet, she's seen that this girl got flown out to this part. It was a surprise. He took her on a surprise vacation to Bali. Now she looking at her man like, why we don't do that? Right? The biggest one is you see young ladies talking about, yeah, I got a man that pays all my bills. I pay no rent. He paid my rent for the year. Now you got it in your mind, why my man don't pay my rent for the year? Now that's a little dramatic, but we have seen videos where young ladies are requesting that in order to date her, you need to pay her rent for the year. But all I'm saying is a lot of young ladies are modeling their dating life and their expectations off of what they seen on social media. So yes, dating is changing, but it's because people are living their life through a computer screen. People are living their life through what they seen through their phone.
From when you were 20. It's not that. Like, men are out here putting pressure. They're really out here applying pressure, and she didn't feel that pressure from you. So she left. And I don't think that she should have to stay in a relationship with you just because y'all have a kid. If you're not making her happy, especially if she has a daughter, she don't want her daughter to see, like, this is how the way a woman should be treated if you're not courting her properly. So, but I don't think that he was understanding that. I think that he was just stuck on the rejection piece. And I think that he might have been stalking her social media and may have seen that she moved on, was just like living her life and, was being treated properly. Anyways, like a couple of months, I did reach out to him and I was like, you know what? I haven't been out with any of my friends in a while. So I did text and I was like, hey, how you doing? We text really quick, and that was like at the beginning of the year. Then my birthday rolled around in February, and he called me, right? He called me because he wanted to take me on my birthday, but I really wasn't in the mood. I didn't have a babysitter at the last minute, so I just kind of brushed it off. Mind you, this is this year, okay? So there's 2 times I spoke with this man, twice. So we started talking again in April, actually this month. No, I'm lying. We started talking again towards the end of March, like just texting. This is only my 3rd time talking to him. I'm telling him like, hey, I'm kind of busy, but I love to hang out with you. I want to catch up with you because I need to make time for my social life. Like my social life, which is non-existent, right? And then also I asked him, I said, hey, can you do me a favor? And he agreed. So I said, okay, what do I need to do to pay you back? And he's like, let's go for a drink. Mind you, I don't drink, but hey, I want to step up my social life a little bit. So I said, okay, cool. We agreed to go to this place called Your Third Spot. Oh, if you're familiar with Your Third Spot in Atlanta, it's like a nice indoor gaming place. They have drinks, they have food. It's pretty cool, pretty chill thing. Nothing about that really gives intimate. So we agreed to do that. I went ahead and set the date, and I set up childcare and all that kind of stuff. And I text him a day before, and I say, hey, I'm just making sure we're still good for that day. Come the day of, I text him, I say, hey, do you mind if we push it to like 8? Because like I'm running behind per usual, right? He texted me back at 7:23 and was like, yeah, I'm on my way. But at that point, like an hour and a half had went by and I hadn't heard from him. So I just stopped being ready. I was like, okay, well, he changed his mind. Like, no big deal. You know what I mean? Like, there was no communication there. So when I saw his text, I called him and I said, hey, I'm not ready. This text is an hour and a half late. I'm not ready. I didn't hear from you or anything like that. So I stopped getting ready. And he was like, oh, okay. He's like, my bad. He's like, I really didn't think that we were going to hang out for real. And I'm like,
that's weird.
Why would we not hang out?
Yeah,
I confirmed with you yesterday. I confirmed with you 2 weeks ago. I told you I wanted to hang out with my friends. Like, what's wrong with you? So I was like, you know what? It's cool. He was like, well, I got to get up at 4 in the morning to go to work anyways. So that night I did end up going out with another friend, but it was like 11 o'clock at night. So, whatever. Time go by, a week go by. We talk on the phone. Mind you, this is like maybe the 5th time we've talked all year. 5th time. He started talking to me in a way that was really passive aggressive. He was acting like he was talking about somebody else, but he was actually talking about me. He was saying how this one girl, she keeps talking to him and she keeps leading him on, but never like really taking him seriously, and he about to cut her off and block her, and she need to focus on her kids and all that kind of shit. Like, and me, I'm very straightforward. I believe in talking to somebody in a healthy manner. So I just straight up asked, is this play about me? Like, are you talking about me? And he's like, no, I'm not talking about you. And I said, okay, good, because I don't see you in that way. Like, you're just my homeboy. I have love for you.
Damn. You would hate to hear that. You would hate to see some light at the tunnel and she just sealed that shit. Oh my. That's another thing, bro. When it comes to these friendships, these so-called platonic friendships, those don't last. Eventually, somebody's going to catch some feelings.
I love you as a friend, but this is a 15-year friendship. Like, you're just a homie. And it started to make me to be, like, concerned. I was like, I wonder if he's gotten so deep in red pill content that he can't tell the difference between a friendship interest and a romantic interest. And I'm gonna have to make a part 2. Just come around for part 2. I'm gonna tell y'all what else happened on that conversation. So today I had to
No. I'm not a fan of the red pill content. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. But the things he has went through has made him a perfect candidate for the red pill community. You know what I'm saying? He definitely is a red pill citizen. He got a divorce. His girl up and left him because he wasn't courting her right, took his kids halfway around the country. I can see a dude being bitter. And I think a lot of dudes who turn to red pill content is because they got their heart broken. They felt as though they was doing everything right, and then they got their heart broken. So I can understand that. You could take bits and pieces of what the red pill guys are saying, but not everything. If you fall too deep into that, you will lose yourself. You will not be able to have relationships the right way because you're going to be looking for holes in everything that the young lady is doing and saying. So you got to take that red pill shit with a grain of salt.
Okay, so I had to cut off a 15-year friendship because my friend got addicted to red pill content. Part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, I suggest you just pause this video and go watch part 1 and then come back to me. Okay, so yeah, I'm straightforward, and I asked him, like, hey, are you talking about me? And he was like, no, I'm not talking about you. And he's like, I'm just saying females, they all say they want a good guy. They all say they want this. They all say they want that. But they don't recognize that when it's in front of them. I was like, okay. Once again, I'm just your friend. I've been your friend. I'm just your friend. Like, I had to keep reiterating that, like, I'm just your friend. And then he says, well, damn, that's a way of telling somebody that you're just not into them like that. Like that you don't find them attractive like that. And I'm thinking to myself, actually, I don't find you attractive, really. Like, you're not really my type.
Oh my God.
I should really punch you in the gut and tell you what.
Oh my God. Man, first off, you about to get me copywritten. Secondly, yo, them is harsh words. Those are harsh words, man. You know what's crazy? Dudes will sit around for years to get their opportunity with you. Years. That's why I be telling them. That's why I be throwing it out there. I don't believe in these male and female friendships. Ain't no way you finna be dating me and you got a male best friend. I ain't with none of that goofy shit. Some of these dudes really be in love with y'all. Some of these dudes really be wanting to be everything to you. Here's the wild shit, right? Suppose he wasn't nothing to that girl purposely because he wanted to be everything to you.
respectful. So I jokingly said, I was like, oh, well, I'm not really a type that somebody can tell what to do. Like, I don't like a man telling me what to do. Like I said it jokingly, right? And he goes, well, yeah, all you females say that. You say y'all want a man to lead, but y'all don't want to listen to a man. And I'm like, okay, this is going dark. I shouldn't even be having this kind of conversation with you. I said it to, lighten the load a little bit and joke around, but nah, this ain't that. I really went in on him. I really was just thinking to myself, like, I can go in on this motherfucker, but because I care about him as a friend, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to spare this nigga. And I told him, like, well, you know what? I mean, I really want to make this clear. Like, I value you as a friend. And also, I have decentered dating. Like, I have decentered men. Like, I've really just been focused on myself and my family. And, like, what I got to do. Like, I have businesses to tend to. Like, that's not my focus. And you know that. Like, I haven't had that focus in years, right? Do y'all know what this motherfucker says to me? He says, well, the D is always available if you ever need it. That's why your bitch love you.
I take everything I said back. I take everything I said back. He just nuked the whole friendship. He nuked any possible chance that he might have had, even though you made it clear, but why would he say that? The D is available anytime you need it. Why would you say it? I apologize, sis.
That's why your bitch left your bitch ass.
Yep. That is exactly
and you know
why.
What? I can't even be really mad at him for real.
Why?
Because a long time ago, when we first met and he was going through his divorce, right? He said when he was married that he didn't have any female friends because he didn't think that having female friends would be possible because all men want to do is fuck. He said he didn't have any female friends on his marriage because men are only friends with women because they're waiting their turn to fuck.
Facts.
Mind you, he said that when he was 20.
This is facts.
Right? But he said it in a way like it was a past thought. Like that's not really how.
Unless she huff. Now, if she huff and he not attracted to her, then yeah, it's a possibility to have a decent friendship. But in general, hell nah. I ain't trying to be your friend. Bitch. Stay away from me. Stay as far away from me as possible. Because we don't get to talking. And you know what I'm saying? The more you talk, the more you start trusting people, the more you develop a bond. So now we got that emotional bond. And you fuck around and got a fat ass and some big... Man, bitch. Hell no. I'm on your head. No. He's right, bro. It's dudes out here that's going to come out and say, no, I can be with her and we can be friends and we can da-da-da-da-da. If you one of them dudes that talk like this, right, and you say shit like I can be friends with a woman and we be good. How you and your homeboy be chilling, right? Chill with your female friend the same way. Every day y'all hanging around each other. Every day y'all in the crib, chilling, doing whatever together, right? And tell me that there's no sexual tension. At some point in time, it's going to be some sexual tension. I don't care what nobody say, bro. If you a dude and you got a female friend, or if you a female and you got a male friend, and y'all hanging around each other enough, at some point in time, there's going to be some sexual tension.
I feel like he's grown from that because he's had other female friends. Like, since his divorce and stuff, like he's had other long-term female friendships. So what I'm thinking to myself is, that's all he really wanted to do. That's all he really wanted to do. You waited 15 years hoping that I would do that shit with you? How pathetic. Yuck. And I'm not going to lie. Again, he was never, ever, ever, ever getting out of that. But that solidified a couple things for me. Number one, you do not know how to address women. You don't know how to have healthy friendships. Some men really don't know how to have healthy friendships. And it reminded me of what Cam Newton said in the interview with Poor Minds on his podcast, that he did not have any female friends because he had an addiction problem. And they called him out on his shit, and they said, because you dehumanize women. You don't see women as human. You see them as sexual objects. And quite as it's kept, I think a lot of men especially men that go into red pill content, struggle with that. I think they struggle with their ego. They struggle with unhealed wounds, unhealed trauma related to women. And I think it turns into maybe wanting to understand or maybe wanting to feel powerful about themselves, but it turns into control and manipulation and actually a very unhealthy obsession. And I was starting to notice that in that conversation, and it was making me afraid. I end the conversation respectfully, and thankfully, my daughter walked in. So I was like, oh, my daughter's here. I'm going to call you back later. And I didn't. Shortly after that call, I went on like a retreat for a couple of days, and it was just time for me to refresh and just kind of recenter, reground myself, and I felt so good. But when I left the retreat, the song Same Old Mistakes by Rihanna just kept playing in my mind over and over and over again. And I was thinking about what he said, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I really was struggling with cutting this friendship off, but I think it's run its course. And what you said was just so disrespectful. It disrespectful to me because it devalues me as a woman, right? It also scares me because you don't understand that this is just a friendship. There's no romantic interest there. I've never shown you that. And I think a person that cannot read in between the lines or read the lines clearly scares me. I think you can become dangerous. This is just a crazy shit to me. Has this ever happened to y'all? Tell me in the comments.
I could agree with some of that. Like I said, a lot of the guys that get into red pill content is because they're hurt. They're hurt. There's a lot of bitterness towards women because their previous situation didn't work out. And there's some niggas that grew up just not getting no pussy. They grew up not getting no pussy and they blame women for not giving them a chance and shit like that. They don't even look at themselves to be like, yeah, I was a cornball. You feel me? So I can agree with that. Now, if dude didn't say that last thing to you and nuked y'all friendship with the D is always available, I would have said something else. Like I was saying, maybe he been in love with you this whole time. Because that be the case. Dudes would be in love with you the whole time and just be playing their position, playing their part, waiting their opportunity. You feel me? Sometimes it don't necessarily be he just want to sleep with you. But we not taking that off the table at all. There's dudes out here that would wait decades. You could be married. They'll wait through relationships, breakups, divorce. Your kids go to college. They'll wait all that time just so they can hit that motherfucker once. When it comes to friendships in general, you got to ask yourself, how does this friendship benefit me? So whether you are a young lady in this situation and you got a male friend or you got a female friend, but especially young men, when you end these friendships with these young ladies, ask yourself how this friendship is benefiting you. Then on top of that, ask yourself, what is my intention for this friendship? If your intention for that friendship is just to get some draws, it's not worth it. If your intention for this friendship is to try to get her to notice you and try to make her fall in love with you, and she's just not doing it, and you going out your way and you losing yourself, losing your mind, it's not worth it. Imagine you watching all my videos, laughing your ass off, but you still ain't subscribed. You got commitment issues, dog? It's free. It is free for you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, YouTube not going to control when or how you see my videos. Come on, people. What's going on? What are you waiting for? I ain't begging. I'm asking nicely. Don't make me ask you again.